be blown apart in an airstrike, and you're gonna go to hell when you're done.
So, hold on a second.
Yeah.
So, hold on, Mr. Please hang on, please. So, yeah, please, respectfully. So, if you didn't know what a vagina looks like,
I don't know why you're asking me about a vagina, you fucking faggot. Stop talking to me about penises and vaginas. That has nothing to do with the conversation. Why are you talking to me about sex? You're a dirty old man. You're a fucking weirdo. I'm not going to respond to that anymore. You're not allowed to talk to me about penises and vaginas. We're talking about the war with Iran and your penises and vaginas. You're a fucking weirdo.
Somebody mute him.
You're making yourself look weird.
Zach, if you
Say something else about vaginas, Amir.
Okay.
Say something else about vagina.
Hold on. If you didn't know what a dick and a penis, I mean, a vagina looks like that, how do you know I'm a Jew hater? That's my question.
Vagina.
How do you know I'm a Jew hater?
Can you stop?
Vagina.
Listen.
Vagina. Penis. Penis and vagina.
Zach, you're the one that had a problem. You had a question mark. You didn't know it was a vagina or a penis.
You want a vagina?
I think, and then you have the balls to come up here and call me a Jew hater. I'm not a Jew hater. I have a problem with Zionism. I have a problem with Zionism. So this is the problem with Zionism.
You're gonna get fucked in your vagina. Zionism is gonna fuck you when you die. You're gonna get fucked in your vagina. You're gonna get fucked inside of your vagina. Somebody's gonna fuck you in your vagina.
No, bro.
Yep, that's what happens to Zach. Zach, you didn't know about vagina and penis, and then
I don't know why you're talking to me about vagina and penis. You're a fucking weird old man. You're a 72-year-old man. You're on a chat room app. You have a room open about the war in Israel, but because you cannot hang with me intellectually, because I'm smarter than you, and I'm better at debate than you, because I make better arguments than you, because I'm a better listener than you, and I'm a better communicator than you, and I know how to read, and you don't know how to read, so you try to talk to me about vagina. Why don't you go rub your vagina, Wednesday? Go put your hand inside your vagina. Why don't you do that again? Rub your vagina.
You want to smell it?
Go ahead and rub your vagina. Go rub your vagina. And Amir, you can play with your penis. You guys can play with your penises and your vaginas.
You're a weirdo, bro.
We're going to be taking over the Middle East. We're going to be establishing democracy in the Middle East. While you play with your dirty little vagina. Your dusty little fucking...
Zach, why are you
fucking dry-ass vagina?
You think vaginas are
and your little bent, ugly little bent wiener.
No
your fucking curry-soaked, fucking crusty-ass, crabby fucking skin wiener. Your fucking ugly little wiener and your dirty vagina. That's all you guys want to talk about. You don't want to talk about the war with Israel. You don't want to talk about the war with Iran.
I want to apologize to Vivi.
You don't actually care about Palestinians. All you want to talk about is me and my experience.
I want to apologize to Vivi. Vivi, I apologize for crashing out earlier. I know you came really hard. And I do allow all the time.
All you want to do is try to win a meeting. All you want to do is talk about China.
I know you gave my number to
I apologize as well.
I would give your number and address to the ITF, sir. I said I could give your location to a war point. I would not give your phone number to
I don't mind that you gave number to Ariel. It's okay.
Talk about vagina a little bit.
I didn't give your number to
Ask
anybody.
me about vagina? Let's talk about vaginas.
You can drop this guy from his name for a second.
Do you want to talk about a vagina? Let's talk more about a vagina. Do you want to talk about vagina?
It's crashing out again.
Let's talk about penises.
Yes, let's talk about penises. I think pink penises are disgusting.
Isn't this the same guy that got molested by a transvestite?
Yes.
Oh my god. Anyways, Amir, I apologize.
Know the whole story. Tricked.
I'm gonna problem.
It's not his fault. He got tricked.
And for the record, I didn't give your number to anybody.
Got tricked.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, my friend, how are you doing today?
He got tricked. How somebody gets tricked? Anyways.
But he knew, and he still went through with it. Maybe this is inappropriate. We shouldn't make fun of my friend.
So I did. That's what I was. Edward. He came up and he started calling me Jew hater. So I was asking a question. When you can't tell the difference between a vagina and a penis, how do you know I'm a Jew hater? See, this is the problem. This is the problem amongst people like that. You see what I'm saying? People that are crazy, psychopath. They usually don't know the difference between a vagina and a penis.
Well,
It's a big deal. It's a big.
in Star Wars, Yoda said his famous quote was
I don't know
pair of balls.
I'm trying to talk about this, thinking that you're making a good point.
Well, the scary thing was that he actually. The scary thing was that he actually.
What about the innocent?
The scary thing was that he actually knew it was an
Do you not
inverted
actually
penis.
care about the Palestinian people? You're just obsessed with being a miserable piece of shit to Jewish people.
Are you still
You
mad at
just
me?
want to harass and abuse and murder Jewish people. You don't actually care about Palestinians. I'm talking.
Have we
I'm
become
talking.
friends
Do you
now?
not hear the fact that I'm talking? I'm trying to ask a question. I'm wondering if anybody in this room actually cares about Palestinians, or are you just obsessed with? I'm talking. I'm finishing my question, and I have to get. I'm in the middle of talking.
Please allow somebody that can't tell the difference between vagina and dick to respond.
This is why Palestinians are being blown apart.
Vagina.
Go and finish, Zach. Are you about to finish? Do you know the difference between finished and unfinished?
Do you know the difference between a bloody, dismembered, severed foot and a skull that's leaking brains onto the sidewalk? Do you know the difference between those?
You sound like a serial killer, bro. Are you a serial killer?
No, I've just seen a lot of videos of Palestinian carnage.
Yeah, I know. You like that shit.
Zach, guys are recording my room. Don't say anything crazy about vagina and penis. Don't do that. Come on.
But Zach,
Amir's not
Palestinian.
vagina person.
Amir's not Palestinian. Why are you talking shit about Palestinians? I apologized to you yesterday, didn't I?
No, you didn't actually.
I know. We can't find out because of the stupid unknown account in the audience. I can't even kick. And I already blocked all those accounts that are on Telegram that is part of his house. I can't seem to find this other account that he's got. Anyways, I think actually he did click on my profile. I'm a Plus member. I'll be able to find it. Go on.
I'm just
Zach, so please.
I'm just hurt that yesterday we were making progress, and Ham and I had an understanding that we would be friends, and we would forget the past. And now he just brings it up again. I don't understand what his problem is.
Well, he once made a statement that vaginas are slimy, and I don't think
That was him.
Most heterosexual men say it's nice and warm and they love being inside a vagina. But mostly gay men think it's slimy. But anyway.
Can we move away from this topic? Because
So I posted the link in the chat. This is a new account. Please do block this account. This is a fresh new account that he has 1400 followers. Just block it. This is the same guy. By the way,
The recording's in a minute!
Here is he came up and he started accusing me of that I hate the Jews.
The recording, you Chris!
Just so you know,
Hold on.
Zenimini is not.
Hold on. I don't give two
Just so
fucks.
you know,
Zach.
you're
So,
stupid.
please,
You have a
stay muted,
small
man.
brain.
So Zach came
You
up
have a
and called me a
small
Jew
brain.
hater. I
You
said,
are
if you don't know what a difference
You're a
between a
hateful
Jew
piece of
hater and a
shit.
Jew lover, how the fuck did you didn't even know the difference between vagina and a penis?
I don't know.
And that's
Penis and vagina. I
Do you
think
still
it's
want to kill
really
me?
weird.
Do you still want to pull my head off?
I think that it would be great if somebody could take care of that.
No,
But
but
it's-
you said you were going to do it. He said he was going to kill me. He said he was going to blow my
I
head off.
said much worse.
I am
things.
not Edmund. I'm not
Yes.
the guy who records Grammys.
Zenimini is not Edmund. It's somebody
Is
else.
that Edmund?
No, it's not. He just spoke for himself. Zenimini rarely speaks. I think his name is Chris, potentially. I forget. Is it Chris?
But The only house that I've seen that he's there.
Yeah, what's up? It's not Edmund, it's a different guy. I mean, I've been in rooms with Edmund before, and Zenimini is in the audience.
Okay, let me unblock it.
It's a very different person.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just unblocked Zemini. Zemini, can you speak more so I can understand Zemini?
Yeah, no, like, I'm mostly at work most of the time. I like to listen into different conversations, so I can't talk.
Yeah, we're in the same room a lot. I mean, he's heard me speak a lot. I know that it's not Edmund.
Okay, cool. Zemini, I mean, how do we tell her that Zach here doesn't know the difference between penis and vagina?
For you to consistently talk to me about penis and vagina.
Well, I don't know.
You're the one called me Jewy.
And you said you're gonna kill me.
That's relevant to the discussion.
You said you're gonna kill me.
I'm not gonna entertain any more communication with Edward. Edward is on my block list.
Why?
I think
What did
that
Edward do?
Hey, Fiend, not here.
Continues to troll me. You guys are continuing to troll me.
That's.
And you don't, it's showing.
But I even said I apologize.
You know what's really sad is this.
He doesn't block a mirror, he blocks me.
Palestinians are being killed.
Wait a second, he doesn't block a mirror, but he blocks
He
it.
blocks me.
No, but seriously, like, I don't know
Because I'm
if
white.
people
Because I sound white. That's why it's racism.
can hear this, or if Royal can hear this, or
Reverse
whatever.
racism.
I don't know if Wednesday, I don't know if you understand this, but this is literally.
Why wouldn't I understand it, idiot?
Do you understand that this behavior, this is what's resulting in the death of Palestinians?
What are you talking about?
But
The fact that you guys are so full of hate directed.
how am I full of hate? How?
Well, you're either hateful or stupid. You're one or the other.
Okay, wait. I have a question.
Okay,
Alright?
your brain-
I have not said anything to you at all in any capacity, right? So now is my behavior all of a sudden the reason why Palestinians are getting killed?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you hate me?
I haven't even spoken to you. I barely even spoken to you.
Your behavior, Sam, is the result of anything. I don't know you at all.
Okay, so then you can't just say that.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Do you even understand what I'm saying? Are you?
Okay, a behavior of someone is not a credible way to go ahead and kill them, right? It is an action.
Sure it is.
It's
If your
taken
behavior
and has
is
been
you're
proven to
trying
be
to kill me.
malicious. That's the reason why we go ahead and constitute, let's say, capital murder to someone, right? Not because of a quote-unquote behavior. I'm sorry, like, if I go ahead and see, like, a child screaming, kicking, and crying and has a bad game,
Go ahead.
do I go ahead and say, like,
Oh my
yo,
God, you all.
can I kill this guy?
No, can you go ahead and shut
Can
the
you
fuck up?
apologize?
Can you go ahead and shut the fuck up? See, you're having bad behavior with me. I haven't done anything with you.
And I want an apology because I don't feel like
I want an apology too. I haven't said two words to this guy except today.
Edward is a good person.
I am a very good person.
So I come into this room to engage.
Why are you victimizing yourself when you were just like, oh, go ahead and help this shut the hell up? Like, I
Victimizing
said shit to
myself,
you.
I'm responding.
No one's done anything to you.
Yesterday he
You can easily, like, walk off, you know?
Fuck you. Go get airstruck. Your whole village is
My
whole village is here in America.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? Airstrike America? So you're anti-American? Okay. So we have a terrorist in the room now.
I find your criticization of Amir and Palestinian supporters that are in the room to be very hypocritical. When last week, when I woke up, I heard you saying disgusting things about Palestinian babies dying. You weren't laughing. You were like, I just watched a bunch of Palestinian
Was it
babies
in
die,"
response
and
to
you blurted it out
20 minutes of
laughing.
being
And
asked
I
if I
was-
could
No,
tell the
it
difference
wasn't.
between a penis and vagina?
No, it
Were
wasn't.
you listening to the past
Absolutely
20 minutes? Because I just drove home. It takes me about 20 minutes. It takes me about 20 minutes to get home. I don't know if you were listening to the past 20 minutes when I was trying to engage with the title. You just listen to the past 20 minutes. Every time when I come into the room, I am asked if I can tell the difference between a penis and a vagina. And I think that is a very disrespectful way to treat me. I want to engage in this conversation on the same level as all of you. I am ready to be respectful to all of you, and I don't come in here and start asking you the difference between a big dick or a fucking juicy vagina. I would appreciate it after weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks.
Can you have some respect?
I would like to stop being asked if I can tell the difference between a penis and a vagina.
You know what?
I would like, when I come to the room, for you to stop asking me if I can tell the difference.
Okay, you're lying, right? The person that you're saying keeps asking you that every time you come in the room wasn't even in the room that morning. It was me Wednesday in Resistance, and that was it. And you were sitting there laughing at the deaths of Palestinian babies. You're disgusting, and your criticism is hypocritical. Like, how can you even sit up here and say that? I wouldn't take any advice from someone like you. You're foul.
Alright, I can bring him back up. I'll bring you. Just be respectful.
Yeah, and I want an apology, please, Zach.
Yeah, just apologize to Edward and let's move on. And just unblock people. Why do you have to block people, man?
And why gotta block me?
Come on up. I don't even block Caleb. Caleb is a no-life, clubhouse rabbi.
Look at Edward's face. He's innocent.
Yeah, and I didn't even block Edward, even though he's sometimes he's a piece of shit sometimes. I don't even block Edward.
I think the time has come for you to stop asking me if I know the difference between
So worry out there.
I'm just kidding.
So it debases the conversation that I've had this room all the time. You have this room open like all day, every day,
We could hear you.
and you're talking.
Please allow him to speak. Come on, guys, please. I don't want to press
I'm sorry,
friend Zach's, voice.
Will you accept my apology?
You have this room open all day, every day. You're trying to talk about political issues. You're trying to talk about the history and identity and ethnicity.
Are you gonna make a point now, please?
Yes, I'm getting to the point. You're interrupting me.
Please don't interrupt him. Go on.
Please don't interrupt me. It's very rude. So you guys are in here all day, every day, talking about big picture.
So do you know the difference now? Yeah, do you know the difference?
So I think that it debases the conversation. It reveals to me that you guys are low IQ, stupid, and hateful. And that's what I mean when I say that that behavior is the reason why the Palestinians are suffering in the way they are.
Stupid asses, you stupid asses.
Was
Driving me further into militant society.
Please allow Zach to speak. Please allow to press his voice. Zach, can he come to the propel?
I've said I apologize to you for making fun of you, but you still have me blocked.
I also
and I haven't said anything to you. For what? For what?
For verbal sexual harassment.
Oh my God.
So you were threatening to kill me. You want to know where I live? You want to take your gun and come over and blow my head off? Is what you said, and then you reported me for sexual harassment. Do you know that those two do not equate? Like trying to find a vagina
I don't know what
in between a man's legs?
Yes.
But Edward, you were trying to troll about the vagina and dick.
Okay.
Well, I mean, who would not know about a penis and vagina? Why would you troll about penis and vagina? Like a penis and vagina?
But I apologized. After he crashed out, I said, I apologize. I don't know why he won't accept my apology.
Yeah, you know that man didn't have a vagina when you went away with him. You know he didn't have a vagina.
So again, I mean, you're talking about something that you're not even talking about. You're not even talking about anything that happened to me. I've told the story several times, and
hit the subscribe button now for more amazing Israel, Iran, Palestine content. Hit the subscribe button now. Retweet the video now. Retweet the video now. Click it. Click it now before it's too late. Click.
Even though he's a very, very bottom of the barrel Zionist, I allow you. You've become a Zionist suddenly, right? I allow a bunch of people, even some of the wild pro-Pali side, like some of the crazy psychopaths.
You even allow his mom, you know that?
And I allow Fatima, like he's one of the craziest person on this app. She's crazy about me. I don't know what the deal is. And I allow Point. Point is like, he attacks me all the time, right? So what's this animosity between you and Edward? You see what I'm saying? And you attacked me first. If you would not have called me a Jew hater, I would not have brought up this penis and vagina thing. That's all I'm saying. You know, Zach?
That doesn't make any sense to me, unfortunately.
You called me a Jew hater.
Walking is for pussies.
I think you are a Jew hater.
He doesn't know what a pussy
Walking is for pussies. Who said that?
He doesn't know what a pussy and
Walking is for pussies.
Oh my god, can we just get back to like talking about the issue?
I know you don't like talking about pussies.
I don't.
Okay, let's talk about it. Zach, do you think that Iran's going to win the war with Israel?
Probably not.
How so? How so? Because it's a pretty big land. Iran is pretty big.
So what?
They have bigger military forces, more than 30, what is it? How many million people live inside Iran? Can someone, let me see, let me ask ChatGPT.
I think you guys are counting. I think you guys are counting on the Iranian people to want to go against its government. But
I think
I'm
it's
not
really
finished. I'm not finished. But after what you guys killed civilians, regular people, why would they want to go back support Israel and do a coup against their own government after you kill like regular civilians?
Fatima, did you look at any newspaper? Remember when I asked you? Did you do that favor for me?
What?
Do you think that that Israel's goal is to kill Iranian civilians?
Yes.
Yes.
Who said yes?
All of us. That's been their goal since the beginning.
Sam was
Their
first,
goal
I was
is to
second.
kill the people of Iran.
Jack, whatever your name is, right? Every time they lobbed missiles at
¡Esa! ¡Guatemala! ¡La hermosa,
Well,
bonita!
they just killed like the
¿Qué pasa, chica? Me encanta
When you're accusing me of saying,
Mi
they
reina.
only hit civilians, and you're saying whatever that is baseless.
Mi perfecta,
Like, no,
hermosa.
it's been a evidential
Hola.
kill
¿Cómo
some of
estás, chica?
Iran's most powerful men, including military
Hola.
leaders.
So I'm live streaming Amir's house using Anonymous in a new Clown House account that I just created, and within 10 seconds the Beehive goes crazy because I have like 7 other accounts restreaming the room, and they all go in the room and they're like, he's streaming in a room, and he's like, oh, don't worry, I'm gonna find him. He probably clicked my profile. So then he tried to block Zenamini, because Zenamini was the one who was. So he told everybody, block Zenamini. It's Edmund's new account.
That's so stupid.
Isn't this awesome? Like, this Anonymous, this is the only thing that Anonymous has any value for, and I'm like the only person. Everybody cancels their subscription because nobody wants to pay for this shit.
You will be the only anonymous.
It's like, fucking, yeah. It's only the people who do these public, unrecorded rooms that also want the Anonymous, because they also want to spy on people. But isn't it crazy how the public room, without without recording, it's like, this is where all the terrorist supporters, like, hang out? It's crazy.
Yeah, no, I think that there will be a few more anonymous, so don't worry, you'll be okay. But poor Zenimini.
Yeah, he was even upset. He's like, I'm not Edmund, I don't record rooms, I'm at work.
Did he speak then?
Yeah, he spoke up. He's like, I'm not John. They're like, is his name John Zachary? Edmund? Doge? So they're all going crazy.
It's like, yeah, it's not me.
Well, what's amazing also about this Anonymous is I get kicked out of so many rooms and I can't see these rooms. The fact that this room is going to go all day long and this fat piece of shit is going to sit here all day long platforming
Yeah,
hate.
they're gonna do anything about it, right?
Yeah.
They're anonymous. They don't know what account to block.
This is literally the business model. I have access to exclusive content which otherwise I would not be able to view, but because I pay a subscription, I'm able to restream all this shit. It's like, this is a good business model. It just has to be matched up with advertisers, otherwise it's a waste of time. But anyways, good Shabbos.
It's hilarious. What I enjoy the most is people, I mean, just like with random in
Yeah.
the room. It's like, dude, just chill. You don't even know who this is. I mean, like, this is just psychological warfare.
Isn't it? I love
Chill,
this.
it doesn't
This game is
matter.
fun.
So what part? On.
Mama, he's a smart man.
Yes,
He's a
you
smart
are.
man.
Okay, you don't have to yell at me. You don't have to
I'm
ask.
not yelling at you. You're just fucking stupid.
Stop
I
calling
think you're
people
stupid.
stupid, please. We
I think
can
you're
hear
stupid.
from
Sam,
I
Sam,
think you're stupid. I think
look,
you're
Zach,
proving
Zach,
yourself to be stupid
Zach,
right
no
now.
offense to you, I kind of agree with Sam. I mean, somebody that doesn't know the difference between penis and vagina, that just sounds stupid.
Again, I don't know why you're talking to me about penis and vagina.
It was probably
We're not talking
in the room, okay?
No, Hampton, that's not what happened.
Kidding, I'm just kidding.
Okay? But it's not relevant at all. It's like a really low IQ, hateful thing to do. Okay? So it's proving to me that you can't engage with the topic.
You should have never told that story on Clubhouse. That was your biggest mistake, Zach.
I guess my biggest mistake is thinking that other people are as nice as I am.
Yeah, yes, that is a huge
Yeah,
mistake.
No, you're not. You're not nice at all.
Okay.
Anyways, I don't know if we want to walk over the fact that you said that they bombed Iran, or Tehran, right? Then went ahead and said, oh, you know, they didn't bomb them. It's almost as if, like, they bombed them. It's just like, I don't know how you go with this mental gymnastics, but sure. But yeah, no, we're all saying yes. Israel's imminent point is to go ahead and kill Iranian civilians as well.
So where did Israel bomb Tehran? Where did the bombs fall?
What the fuck happened yesterday then?
Where did they fall in the city of Tehran?
They hit an apartment building. They hit an apartment building, right, which had civilians, right? So again, we understand that civilians are innocent, right?
Yes.
They've done this several times, mind you, in the past couple of years, right? I mean, we don't even have to look back even a year. We can just look back a couple of months, and they did the exact same shit. So what do you mean? Oh, when did they drop a bomb on Tehran?
Well, because from where I sit, the goal of Iran and the goal of the Palestinians, the goal of Hamas, is to kill.
Look, you don't need to lecture me about goals. No, don't lecture me about their goals. Let's talk about the Israeli goal. What is Israel's goal in the preemptive strike? Let's ask that. What is it?
To prevent Iran from developing.
So I'm going to go ahead and say, what if Iran came out before all of this bombing or whatever that Israel did? What if Iran came out and said, we have found that there is going to be a strike in the immediate future from Israel, so preemptively we're going to defend ourselves and attack Tel Aviv. What would you say to that?
Attack random civilians in Tel Aviv?
Yeah, just like how Israel just did in Tehran.
Well,
say Iran does that instead of Tel Aviv. You think it's fine?
No, I don't think.
It's the same rhetoric. But guess what? Oh, you know, because it's Israel, we go ahead and be like, oh my God, we need to go ahead and respect their wishes.
If you don't
because it's Iran, oh no, they're terrorists.
If you can't listen to the
No,
other guy.
you're stupid. You're stupid.
Okay, I'm
I can
stupid.
completely beat people
Okay,
to both sides.
airstrike is
But
finished.
here you
Somebody hit
are
the
being
airstrike. Hampton, hit the button.
Okay. Anyways, like this retard doesn't know how to be like unbiased or whatever.
Okay, I'm a stupid
Like you have to understand, preemptive strikes aren't a cause to go ahead and kill a bunch of civilians just because you want to.
I asked, what was the goal? Was the goal to kill civilians?
Yes.
So why didn't they target like the downtown area in Tehran where a lot of people were walking around?
They targeted a building.
Why would they
Okay, let's say tomorrow. Okay, let's say tomorrow. Let's say tomorrow they attack the downtown, right? Next you're gonna tell me, oh, why didn't they attack this apartment building that houses the most people in Tehran? Doesn't matter.
No.
They attacked an apartment building that had people in it.
They killed people?
Yes, they killed people. Regular civilians.
It's obviously a war crime.
Yeah, exactly. So, again, what Israel, you can't just go ahead and come here and then be like, Israel went ahead and like did it though from random civilians that meant no harm.
Random civilians that meant no harm, the people who say death to Israel? The military commanders of Iran.
So wait, hold on. I want to ask you.
Hold on.
One second.
You just asked me a bunch of things and you didn't let me talk at all. No, hold on.
So
hold on. No, hold on. No, I'm gonna win this one. Hold on. No, you better hold on. No, you need to hold on. No, hold on. Because you just know you hold.
Like, I don't understand the retarded shit that you have in your own brain.
Hold on, don't just... Hold on, you better... Hold on. You better hold on.
Hold
Just
on.
mute me.
Get the dick out of your mouth.
Hold on.
Oh my God, I've never heard you like this before.
You don't get to just say to me... No, it's... That's not...
This man's just aiming and pointing at stupidity.
You can't just... And tell me to hold... And you never let me. That's not...
American audience to leave.
You don't know how to communicate. You're bad at communicating. You're
Just the guy who's like, oh, we have to kill everyone who disagrees with the country.
Communication. You're not a good communicator.
So you think it's fine to kill innocent people?
You're not a good communicator.
Are you think it's okay to kill innocent
You
people?
cannot communicate. You do not know how to communicate. You're not a good communicator. You do not know how to communicate.
You just finished wanting to kill innocent people.
You cannot just keep screaming at me and expect me to hold on and listen. You cannot
No,
win
you're
this
just
one.
going ahead and
You're not
talking about
just going to
killing
keep telling me to
innocent
hold
people,
on.
so
You're going to hold on.
that just makes you a
or I'm
terrorist
gonna
at that
leave the
point.
room. You don't get to just tell me to hold
Okay,
on.
go ahead, leave the room.
And
I don't
expect
give a
me to
fuck
hold
about
on.
Please,
Just because you
I
want
don't
me to
really
hold
care for your
on,
opinion.
I want you to hold on.
No,
There has to be
I
some
want
give and
to
take
hear
in
your
a
rhetoric about
relationship.
killing
You cannot just say to me, hold on,
Yeah,
and then
sure.
keep screaming and keep ranting and never let me speak.
This guy just shoves his phone down his throat.
I'm going on a tangent.
Yeah. Wait, me?
No, this guy is, what's his name? Zach Rauda.
You know, I love this room so much, Amir. I don't know why, but it's like my favorite clubhouse room.
Me too. I love this.
You know why? Because they be crashing sometimes.
Nah, sister, it's because of these eyes. They making me angry.
You're seeing Israel getting their booty spanked. This is very entertaining. You know? I'm just all over Twitter. I'm seeing this will never happen again.
Oh, my God.
You know?
See you, shaking. How are you doing?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. How are you, akhi?
I'm doing good, bro. I'm just enjoying seeing Tel Aviv get fucked.
Bills.
Yeah, it's me.
Oh my God, stop changing your name on me.
You like my PTR? Come on. Yeah. But yeah, guys.
Tel Aviv is getting fucked, bro. I'm enjoying it, bro.
I'm so happy, you know.
Order up, Tel Aviv. Hack it, Tel Aviv. Bro, I'm trying to go to my friend's wedding tomorrow. Like, I asked him where's the location is, right? I want to blast that song at his wedding because he's Palestinian, right? I want to see them blast that song.
Hella people are running to the Ben Gurion, whatever it's called.
Bro. Gaza's worse than that, bro. Gaza's like a million times worse than that, bro. Let's be real.
100%.
So I don't give a fuck, bro.
These people don't really care about the land, bro. They don't really care about the land. Because they're willing to take literally the moment that there's a threat.
It's not the land, bro. It's not the land. When you think about it, people know who the real landowner is, right? Like some faggot from New York can go back to his fucking land. Can go to Palestine and say, oh, this is my land. But a Palestinian person that I might know from Dearborn cannot go to his motherland because apparently that land was promised to some European white person 3,000 years ago. Like, bro, it doesn't even make sense, bro. I can't like fathom. How are you gonna convince me, like, when your ancestors never set foot in that land, oh, that land was promised to you 3,000 years ago? Even Jews themselves know that this is bullshit.
I love how Iran's tweeting, you know. It's too funny.
You know what's funny?
When their pistol landed, they said we've arrived. Therefore.
You know what? You want to know one place I hope Iran can target is UAE. I want them to hit Dubai and Abu Dhabi so bad.
Yeah, I know. That's why Saudiya now has said that they stand with them. The other Gulf countries haven't.
Yeah, they said they stand with
Apparently America removed a lot of his troops that's surrounding Iran.
I'm glad they did, bro. I don't want America to be involved in this war.
No, America's not going to be involved. We knew America's... Amir, when you talking about it, I don't know if Amir's awake, but Amir was talking about it as well, like, I know America's...
No, America was in on this attack.
Oh, they were in on this attack, so why is Trump saying that he's not involved?
No, Trump said, did you not hear what Trump said? He said that was a good attack. Iran still has a chance to make a deal. Otherwise, it will no longer be Iran.
So, the reason why America is saying they're not involved is they wanted to make sure Iran knew that they were involved, and Iran would get angry at them as well. And mind you, the American sentiment is not to attack Iran. We don't want another war or whatever, right? But if Iran retaliates and attacks America, right, then Trump can easily say, hey, let's go ahead and go to war because they attacked us first.
No, I don't think Iran, I think they're smart. They're not going to attack America.
I hope not, brother, because listen, this country has already enough homeless veterans. If America goes to war again, we're going to have a lot of veterans that come back. There's going to be PTSD. There's going to be a anti-Muslim hate crime is going to spike up again. So I hope this country can stay out of it from the last...
I realize everyone's getting drafted.
I mean, I'm diabetic, bro, so I'm basically exempt from the military. Nah, I'm serious, bro. I cannot join the military because I'm type 1 diabetic, so I'm lucky, alhamdulillah.
And I'm too old.
I mean, I can't join it. If you're a diabetic, if you're like have mental illness, you cannot join the military, so alhamdulillah. I'm just gonna sit back and watch, bro, so I'm lucky. I mean, my dad is, I don't think my dad's gonna join, bro. He's like, he's in his 50s, I don't think he's gonna join, so good luck, alhamdulillah. Yo, look at this target. Look what Tucker Carlson got. I might have pasted in the chat. It's an interesting thing I've seen from Tucker, bro. I feel like I feel like Tucker was always like...
I don't think it's that account. I think it's the other account. The guys are still recording, you know?
I mean, why is he recording your room? Like, he pinned me to a room.
Because he's a creep. He's an idiot. He doesn't have a life, right? All he does is goes from room to room to record conversations. Just a recorder. And he records it into his stupid house. And then from his stupid house, sometimes on YouTube, like an idiot. Yeah. Doesn't have a life, and that's what he does.
Amir, check this tweet that I sent you guys. Is by Tucker Carlson. I'm noticing that Tucker Carlson, like, I feel like he wasn't as...
You hear that, Issa? It's fucking... Now I'm living rent-free in their brains.
Obviously. But I feel like ever since...
Isn't this hilarious? It's just like, it like throws them, doesn't it? So in a way, it's like they have to now police their speech because they know they're actually being recorded and retransmitted all over the internet. It's beautiful, and he has too many people in the room. He's got 2 Amir accounts, FYI. So this fat piece of shit is gonna have the room probably go the whole day. I'm ready to go leave and go get lunch. I'll come back like an hour later, and it'll still be running. This will be the funniest thing is if he ends the room just to start a new room to try to get away from me. This is just too funny. I hope you're enjoying it. I just created a new room called Amir Terrorist Supporter Hate Speech.
I just hope this country does not go to war with us. We cannot afford another war out here. I'm literally dropping packages, guys, as I'm speaking in a clubhouse. Got my phone in my hand, scanner in my other hand.
You work for Amazon?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Oh, I was working at this trouble.
Thank you, bro. I used to work at Home Depot back like 3 years ago. You know.
I'm restreaming this guy's room, dog. It's driving him crazy because I paid for the anonymous and a new burner that hasn't been blocked. So driving this guy crazy. I'm here.
The Iranian tweets are just making me laugh. I swear to God. How did before Iran attacked, right?
What's also interesting is you get to see who's networked in with him, who's like reporting to him, who's running in and out of the room, checking my other rooms. It's like you can it's interesting getting a network understanding.
Which they've been claiming for the last 30 years. And then they also went ahead and cited the Holocaust as reason to why they should bomb them. And then also said October 7th was Iran's fault.
So you're telling me that they said to Iran and killed innocent people in apartments because they believe Iran's gonna nuke them. Don't they think now Iran might nuke them even further now? Now what they did doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no, they're just retarded. I think the best way to go ahead and point out the stupidity of this entire situation was Iran had even agreed and even talked to the United States over years of wanting to go ahead and decimate Israel. They always backed down and they always tried to be civil in the sense of, hey, we don't want to have a full-scale war with these guys. Not because of the military minds, whatever, all of that stuff. They just knew the casualty rates, right? And I'm not going to try and paint Iran as a good guy as well. They also had their diabolical schemes for the Middle East as well, right? They just do, right? But the understanding was is that don't attack us, we won't attack you. Then when Israel tried to do it earlier back in like 2024, a couple months ago, they got slapped down hard by the Biden administration for doing that, right? And Iran targeted back and said, look, we can get past your Iron Dome. Do you really want to mess with us? Now Israel thinks because they have Trump or whatever, they can carry out a whole full-scale war. And I very much think that Iran is going to find a decisive way to just take out Israel without having to piss off America.
Yeah, I feel like that as well. I feel like they're going to actually get rid of the Zionist regime, you know. Not all of them.
They won't get rid of them.
Nah, I think in a way they're going to weaken them, bro.
Can you check your back channels on here? I think those are his accounts. See if you got any of them blocked.
How are you?
I'm good. Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Alaikum salam. My favorite Latina, bro. Pick you up, man.
Oh, thank you.
I feel like this.
Somehow my room got... Oh, they ended my rooms! Clown House is ending my rooms! Oh my gosh. They ended my rooms!
I just, Iran can put me in a missile and send me to Israel anytime. I'm willing to do it. Pick up Iran.
Yeah, another country would be enough.
But the way I'm seeing them cry, like it's
just
like
locked out again as well.
I just want to point out that Israel is also claiming that.
Did it go away?
It's still in the audience.
They're claiming that they freed Syria.
Ask Royal too. Maybe Royal doesn't have that account.
Once you're in, you're in. You can't. Once they leave, then they can't.
You know, guys, I was napping. My mom woke me up and she's like, Iran attacked Israel. She was so happy and stuff, you know. I'm looking at Twitter. Iran's tweeting, we arrived. You know, it's lit. It's lit. It's good.
Yeah. They had to
Iran
back.
doing? I haven't seen the news yet.
Iran, wallahi, okay, right now.
One I put in the Telegram.
You know, it's Sam. They're not doing what I think they should be doing, but they're doing well. All they're doing is just they're kind of like scaring the Israeli government. So they're sending missiles, I think, to military posts.
Yeah, and the fact that America need to help Israel with the missile tells me that there's a lot of missiles.
Yeah. But it shows you how weak Israel is, bro. Because you know, after I think last year, was it the year before, where they started attacking like other nations, like Lebanon and Iran, and Hezbollah retaliated and Iran retaliated. It kind of shows you how weak Israel actually is, even with the weapons that they get from America. I feel like Israel, you know, if other nations actually get together, I feel like Israel can be taken over in a day, man. Strategically, it can be taken over in a day without America's intervention.
What I'm kind of more worried about
Depends on the nation, though.
what do you say, China and all of this. The reason why I say that, and I know people aren't talking about it enough, is so China and Israel have a very unique relationship. And China in the past defended Israel a lot because it couldn't secure supply chains to, I think, a certain material, technology, whatever it was. Like,
they give them money for settlements as well. I know China helps with that.
Yeah, they did because, what do you say, Israel wanted to have the surveillance system that China used on the Uyghurs. But there was a certain thing that China really wanted. But someone had said within the China Foreign Ministry, they could get the same thing from Pakistan. That's why China and Pakistan have a very close relationship now. So I'm wondering wondering if they got whatever they needed from Pakistan, and they won't care to defend Israel at all.
I mean, I have also a great relationship with Pakistan because both don't fuck with India.
Wait, say that again?
Oh, finally, I got my emojis
Both
back.
don't fuck with India. That's why they have a great relationship.
Man, fucking
that's true.
You know what's crazy, guys? My mom does not like when I say these stuff in front of her. Like, yesterday, she said, please be fucking quiet. She was literally scared. I don't know why she got supposed to scare. Like,
India's just becoming the Timu version of Israel right now.
oh, me?
No, India.
Man, you know, Sam, I was watching
I have to
videos
hate
of
Indian people. I love
different.
Indian people. I love Indian people, but I hate the extremist Hindus. I'm sorry to say this.
Listen, I watched a video of different vloggers going to India.
Wait a second, they took out GIF song?
They took out what?
The GIF. Can you do a GIF?
Yeah, you can. Yes.
How come I can't
I
do
don't know
a
why.
GIF?
I don't know
What
why.
is a GIF? What's that?
Shit, you know. GIF.
I don't really understand Indians and their obsession with Israel, but like, why the fuck are you gonna cheer for a genocidal entity? Like, what the Palestinians
Can you bring Zach up, Royal? We just give him last chance. If he keeps on doing it, then he's gonna get down, man.
Yeah. Wait, my friend one?
Yeah, that's his name is Zach.
Oh, the Batman. You like the Batman?
I figured it out.
No, that's him, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna favor from the.
I'm talking about Zach, like, he said, like, you get me? It was like the guy who.
Yeah, Zach, check your profile if you got the invite.
Yeah, I invited him.
Oh, Sapien is gay beam. I'll go on Sapien.
What's up with you, Zach? How you been? Are you alright? You gotta stop interrupting, Zach.
Oh, I was smoking. I didn't move him down. I think. Did you go down it?
No, I moved him down.
Oh, okay.
I was just saying to Zach, you gotta stop interrupting.
Yeah, so
right there.
So when I tried to tell you I was a male feminist, you didn't believe me. But
anyways, you wanna say something, Zach?
I raised my hand a while ago, but I was gonna chime in, but I forget what it was I was gonna say. Here's
Oh, that's fantastic. I just hope this shit doesn't escalate, bro. Well, I'm literally fearful. I understand why gas prices to go up, bro. Like, I have a small, nice car. I don't want to be paying so much in gas.
I'm hoping it does actually.
Goddamn Iran, man. I stand with Israel.
Why would you stand with Israel? But give me a reason why you should stand with Israel. What happened Israel done for us? What happened Israel done for America? I mean, they drive us.
they love Jesus and they love America.
They love Jesus, bro. Jesus, in the Talmud, they call him a master traveler.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong.
Are you trolling me or actually serious, bro?
I'm just trolling, so anyways, we're gonna pivot from the religious thing.
With Israel.
I think, look, Bill, I think the reason why Netanyahu did the attack, because the Zionist entity, it always needs a war to thrive. And maybe they're trying to get out of Gaza, because I think they got their ass whooped in Gaza. A lot of soldiers' lives have gotten lost, right? At the same time, they killed a whole bunch of babies, innocent women, children. So, and I think they're tired of this war, right? Because a lot of people protesting, they want the hostages back, they just want to end the war. So I think he started the new Iran thing so he could pivot. Maybe, pull out everybody from Gaza and then focus on Iran. And that way he can stay in power. Otherwise, he's going to get locked up in jail.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Do you know how many Israelis have died in Gaza?
How many?
Do you know?
What type of peace are we talking about?
Hold on,
Soldiers.
Are you talking about soldiers?
Yeah, how many IDF soldiers have died in
So the commander came out when they were switching hands. He said it was more more than, what was it, 5,000 or 7,000 have lost their lives, and more than 15,000 have been injured. The ones that are injured, actually, the ones that are injured, they cost the state a lot of money because then they have to look after them. Get, you know,
actually, I just looked it up. It says 424 Israeli soldiers.
That's a lie.
The amount of videos I watched, wait, I just looked it up. Of Hezbollah fighters and Hamas fighters.
Oh, this is 866.
Literally grabbing these men and aliens, bro, literally smoking them on the battlefield, and you're telling me only 400 died. That is the biggest cap.
Oh, this is
This is what?
Yeah, I'm looking.
You better have no going from Netanyahu's Facebook.
Imagine,
You know that nigga
imagine it was 6 million soldiers. I'm joking, I'm joking.
I found one that said 400, and then I found one that said 800.
You know what it is? You know what it is, Zach? We don't know the actual numbers because I don't think Israel has confirmed it fully. But Israel did take a big L. That's why a lot of Israelis are protesting, especially the families of the hostages. All of them are complaining because they're realizing their kids are being sent into traps. They're being killed. Hamas hasn't been eradicated. I don't think Hamas has really been harmed. Hamas is constantly attacking the Zionists and the IDF soldiers. So I don't believe 400 to 800 have died. Let's be logical. Come on, man. That does not make sense. That does not make... There's more than 400 to 800 videos of Hamas videos literally targeting IDF soldiers and annihilating them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't think the 800 shit is real. And plus, you know, Israel, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna take their words. Like, you've seen that they've lied over the years about their numbers and all these.
This entire time that you've been talking, I'm just looking on the internet to try to find the number. Because I feel like
you're not
whatever
gonna
we
find
say.
a number that's confirmed because Israel hasn't admitted. They're obviously not gonna admit a loss. They're not gonna admit a loss. I don't think Israel's ever admitted that they lost.
866.
866. Okay.
IDF person. Let me finish, please.
Yeah.
So 866 IDF personnel killed since October 7th, 2023. In the Gaza Strip, 424 soldiers have been killed. On the Gaza border, 329 soldiers were killed. We have a list of all the soldiers who were killed. This information may not be exhaustive. The Israeli government's Ministry of Foreign Affairs regularly publishes a list of IDF casualties, and it's updated. So,
I'll ask a question. So what number do they have of...
So not what Amir said. Amir said, Amir said 15,000. What did you say?
Can I ask you a question then, Zach?
Sure.
Don't mind me, just asking.
I don't mind.
How many Hamas members did Israel claim that they've killed?
I can look that up, but I'm going to go on mute probably. I mean, you guys have a smartphone.
I can tell you, for example.
All right, go ahead.
They said about 15,000 to 20,000 members. That's the claim they've made, but they're showing no evidence. So I'm sorry, I'm not even going to believe when they're telling me how many IDF soldiers died. I don't believe that shit. Because they're telling me 15 to 20,000, or is it 10,000 that they've killed? Which is
according to Israel, approximately 17,000 Hamas fighters have been killed.
And you believe that? I don't believe that.
It's important to note that these figures are provided by Israel and may not be independently verified. The Gaza Health Ministry, which is part of the Hamas-run government, tracks the overall Palestinian death toll but does not distinguish between combatants and civilians. They report that as of June 11th, 2025, 55,000 Palestinians have been killed, which is coincidentally the same number that was killed last year. So they haven't killed any.
I want you guys to read this article. This is Israeli national news. Scroll down. It says more than 5,000 and some families, each one have lost a member, and more than 15,000 or 12,000 have been injured. This was the time when they were hiring a new commander of IDF. This was like last year. So please do check it out and then read it out to Zach. Zach, check it out as well. And this is the number that I'm going to go based off. And more soldiers have lost their lives. It's not just 5,000, it's actually way more.
Yeah,
and this was said by the commander of IDF, the new one that...
well, yeah, I mean, because a lot more civilians have been killed.
No, not civilian, I'm talking about IDF. Because you made a claim, I'm giving you a claim to rebuttal from a commander of IDF.
It says that 5,942 families lost a member and received
Yes, each one have lost a member.
Well, but they just that's not the same as
what year is it? What year is the article from? Can you tell us the?
Yeah, it says February 2025.
Yes. And how many are injured?
Where does it? It said 15,000 wounded.
Where does it say?
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, so your numbers were correct according to this article. 5,000 families have lost. So you weren't making it up. I take it back.
Yeah.
But I don't know if No, I hear you. But I don't know if 5,942 families. I don't know if every one of those was a soldier. So I'm curious to know about.
We give that to you. But what
this is a testimony from my.
Israel keeps giving inflated numbers, especially when it comes to the October 7th attack. Like, they give inflated numbers. I'm sorry, I don't think any sane person, no matter if you're Muslim, non-Muslim, European, Arab, whatever, I don't think anyone believes anything that comes out of the mouth of Israel. And I'm so happy. Especially the majority of people in Europe. None of us take Israel serious. They're liars. So we don't use their numbers.
Here's the thing. If you look at Sword of Iron and you look at the Israeli government, they back in 2023 they claimed 866 dead. Right? This is back in 2023. They're now claiming in 2024, 2025 that 866 is now referring to that. Now they're saying as of June 7th, 2025, 424 have been killed since October 7th. And when asked why did the number of killed soldiers went down, they're like, we don't have the numbers. So they're just making up numbers out of thin air. Time of the France 24 journal even went ahead and said that the number they got from troops died in Israel from October 7th, 2023 to now is 429, and this was 8 days ago. So, yeah, they're completely covering up the amount of soldiers that are dead.
But Sam, check out the article I posted in the chat. Hey, what's up, Chucky?
I checked out the article that you went ahead and mentioned, and it goes in line with the Knesset.com's numbers of 5,000.
Yeah, it does. And Zach, here's a logical explanation as well. So I think Israel was saying that it's 20,000 or 30,000 IDF, the Hamas, right? Let's say if it's 30,000. Now, out of the 30,000, let's say if 5,000 of them, each one has a handgun, right? And they end up, each one of them kill like one IDF soldier per person, right? Out of the 15,000, and the rest of them just a regular, they were partner or whatever. So you still have a number of IDF 5,000 killed, and a lot of times they don't tell them because they tell the family that this is what the deal is. Should we tell the people or not? A lot of families, they try to keep it quiet, You know what I'm saying? But the ones that are injured, it costs the Israel the most because they're injured. They lost a limb, they lost a leg, finger.
Now you don't get access to me where you have a good life.
Therapy session or that session, and it costs Israel a lot of money. And that's where the problem is with things. Anybody else want to chime in? Chucky's not speaking today. Chucky, are you okay today? Are you good? Chucky? No. Anyways. What's up with you?
I'm good. Just working. I'm applying for new jobs as well.
Just this question.
Amir, do you speak Hebrew?
No, I don't speak Hebrew.
Okay, well, do you think it's possible that this article was originally written in Hebrew?
Anything's possible.
I can read it, B. I can read it through.
Who is that, Chucky?
No, this is this guy with no. His name is Bill.
Oh, Bills?
Bill Nye the Science.
Batty Boy?
Bill, no, the Bill Nye the Science. He's straight. I bet he was actually.
He calls me a Batty Boy.
He was expressing it.
Batty Boy's British.
What's up, Becky?
Batty Boy.
Turkey, I called you out, bro. Why don't you answer my
gay in England?
Hello?
Yeah, it means booty boy. It just means
booty boy.
Batty means booty, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you meant Batty like...
Jamaican.
Okay, I didn't
Batty
know that.
Jamaican means like, you get me, booty.
That boy's Batty Boy. He likes the booty. Let me ask Bill something seriously. We just had a little jokey moment. I want to ask Bills.
Yes, brother.
Can you read the article that Amir posted in the chat? It seems like I'm grasping at straws, but I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm really just trying to understand how many have died. If you look all over Google, it says 866, except this one article that Amir has posted. And at the end of it, it says, throughout the war, 5,942 families lost a member and received care from the Ministry of Defense. I'm wondering if this phrase, lost a member, is referring to injured as well.
No, so when it says lost a member, they actually mean that the person had died in the battlefield. I don't think it's only exclusive. One second. So when it talks about them receiving care, the care can mean multiple things. It can mean, for example, therapy. It can mean like, I think mainly it means therapy for the
It has two numbers, Bill. Can you check the article, bro? It has
Right, it says 5,000 families lost a member and received care. In addition, the Rehabilitation Administration has absorbed over 15,000 wounded. I guess I'm just wondering why, if 5,000...
I was just saying hello to you.
Yeah, we hear you. Okay.
Yeah, but Amir was asking me a question and you cut him off.
No, I was just saying hello to you, Chucky. I was just saying hello. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Just, relaxing.
That's good. Good to know. But go on, Zach.
I guess it just seems like if there were 4,000 more dead than what I found, I'm not sure why those 4,000 soldiers have not been reported as being dead. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just trying to understand.
We got EMT here.
Sorry. Someone speaking to me. Sorry. It's not good.
Yeah, I was listening to well, not really a press conference, but some statements that Trump made to Iran, in regards to the Israel attack, and that side. And Marco Rubio and Trump have a different tone, man. Trump's trying to allude that he knew that it was gonna happen, and I don't know, man. So I think this is gonna get messy for us too.
Trump did know about this.
Yeah, but he's trying to allude that, like we were involved in the planning, and that's not good work. No comment?
I think Trump was well aware of this. He was just a mob.
Yeah, that's crazy. It looks like we're about to enter another war in America.
And it was started by who?
I don't know, man. I mean, look, I'm just showing you how I analyze things. Like, I'm looking for multiple articles to combine, and it would be nice if they were competing sources. So if I could find, something from Al Jazeera that was echoing the number of deaths that Israel was saying, then it seems more reliable. But this article that you posted with 5,942 families having lost a member is the only place that I can find that number. And all the other articles that I'm seeing are saying 866. So it's a pretty big difference. And it doesn't really matter. I mean, your initial point was because Israel is losing in Gaza, they are starting another war with Iran. I don't really see how much sense that makes, but that was your initial argument. And that was when I wondered, how many have actually died? Like, is it true that they're losing the war in Gaza? I feel like, from what I've seen, it seems like they're winning the war in Gaza, and they're trying to, like, clean up the whole region while they're at it.
So, Zach, can I ask you just a serious question?
Yes, as long as it does not involve anything related to sexuality.
No, we're not going to say back to you, so, what do you understand when someone says Israel's losing the war in Gaza? What do you get from that? Do you think, like, the military?
Gaza would mean that they're losing a lot of soldiers, and they're not anywhere close to obtaining their objective. So for them, losing the war would, yes, we're not going to eliminate Hamas, which was our original objective, so let's just pack it in and go back to the way things were, I guess.
So what I understand, I agree with you at some point. I think that they're not completing their objective. They have failed. I think Israel's failed. Many nations have agreed to it, especially the Western world. Israel isn't completing. For the longest they've been saying they've been trying to get rid of Hamas, and all you're seeing is just suffering, people dying, children burning alive, children decapitated.
Well, how would we know when Hamas has fully been eliminated? Would they?
Oh, that's a very good question. Thank you. I think you should ask the Israeli government. You shouldn't be asking us. That's the claim they're making, not us. We personally don't think they can get rid of Hamas.
Well, you kill more. Right. The assumption is, but then you're saying that you're saying that every civilian family in Gaza, and basically anybody between the ages of 14 and 60 or 70, is potentially going to turn into a fighter. I think that the Israeli perspective is that there's got to be some people in Gaza who would not be willing to fight for Hamas. There's got to be some people in Gaza who actually want peace. And then we could separate the Hamas guys over here, guys and gals, and then the peaceful ones are over here. But your argument is basically that every civilian in Gaza it's like an agent in the Matrix, when they could all at any moment turn into an agent.
So that's not, I haven't made that claim. So what my point is, let me explain to you. What my point is that Israel made the claim is that they're in a year or two that they're going to get rid of Hamas. There is no proof or evidence that they even dented Hamas. Yes, they claim they've killed Hamas members, but there's actual no proof and evidence. When we look at the proof and evidence from the videos and articles that we're constantly seeing every day, they're not killing Hamas members, they're killing innocent people. Now, yes, there might be a small, minute minority of boys or men who lose family members and end up joining Hamas, and that's just going to make Hamas stronger. What my point is that Israel isn't losing the war in Gaza just like the claims they've made, but when it comes to the PR war as well, Israel is seen as a prior state. No one is taking Israel serious. People are realizing Israel's just murdering. They're just murdering innocent people. Everyone's realizing that. No one now can deny that what's happening in Gaza is not a genocide. No one can say that it's not. Like, no one now, like a lot of people, the majority of the people in the world do not disagree. The majority of people agree that this is literally a Holocaust and it's a genocide. Holocaust survivors and even people who studied the Holocaust and many Holocaust historians have claimed that this is a genocide. Whether you guys say it's not a genocide or not, Zach, you don't have to agree with me. Everyone has their opinion.
You're saying the majority of the world agrees. That's
the majority, yes.
That's a bad argument.
It's true.
It may be true.
I will put it like this. Amos Goldberg, one of the most famous Israeli historian and famous Holocaust historian, even went ahead and said,
this is
yes,
just
it's a
another
genocide.
logical fallacy, though. Are you familiar with the concept of
What do you mean
logical
it's a logical
fallacies?
fallacy?
Do you know what logical fallacies are?
People who
Are
have
you
the
familiar
authority
with
to call
what?
a genocide or call
Are
it a
you
genocide.
familiar with what a logical fallacy
I
is?
know what a logical fallacy
Okay,
is.
so are you familiar with the logical fallacy that is known as the appeal to authority?
Okay, so what you're telling me is I shouldn't appeal to authority, but I should go ahead and appeal to my own perspective.
Do you?
Yes, I know what it is.
So what is
but I don't think you do.
authority?
Do you know what it is?
Yes, I do know what it is.
Okay. Have at it, Haas. Tell.
You want me to tell you?
How about we ask?
Yeah, go ahead.
Wait a moment. How about we ask if we should believe Holocaust survivors? Let's see if the Jew is going to become a Holocaust
In
denier.
general, believe Holocaust survivors.
Should we believe Holocaust
I
survivors?
just answered that question.
Is that a yes?
Did you answer? Did you hear my answer?
I didn't hear you. Did you say yes?
I said in general we should believe.
Oh, now all of a sudden it's in general. Now we can pick and choose.
Because it's a logical fallacy. Because there are.
Okay, so in the event that
Excuse me.
the person
This is
said
how you interact with me.
6 million people didn't die, is that Holocaust denial?
No, I didn't say that. That's a red
Is that
herring. That's
Holocaust?
another logical
Oh,
fallacy.
actually it isn't.
That's
But
called
it
a
is.
red herring.
When I say
You don't
Holocaust
know what a logical
survivors,
fallacy is.
Just look up the three things that I mentioned.
if an individual went
Go
through the
get a list
Holocaust,
of logical fallacies.
if
and you'll see
individuals
that.
went through a Holocaust and
Excuse me, I'm talking to Sam. Sam, go ahead and look up logical fallacies and you'll see that there's a list of logical fallacies. So
it is
there's
our
one called.
obligation
As a coffee, can you hang on for a second? Because nobody's listening to you right now. We're not listening to you is the problem. We're not listening to you right now. So I'm talking to Sam.
You're not listening.
I'm listening to
Jack. Jack,
You guys okay? Cool.
And you know
know what a logical fallacy is, Jack.
won't say that we should deny Holocaust survivors. You know why he's scared of saying that? Because he knows more Holocaust survivors than a little bit have called this a genocide. And who would know better than them?
No, so that
Why would I say
But there are also Holocaust survivors who support Israel.
Ease, one sec.
There are.
Just give me 1 second. Don't interrupt me. Jack, don't interrupt me, right? You want to know what logical fallacy is. What you said, yes, that's a logical fallacy. But when the people who are appointed to be authorities on a genocide are even saying it's a genocide, you can't call that a logical fallacy.
Yes, it is still a bad argument. It's a logical fallacy.
How is it a bad argument? Okay, so is it a bad argument? One sec. I want to just make this point clear, right? If I go to, let's say, a meat distributor, stop interrupting me because you're scared of the point. If I go to a meat distributor and I said, hey, I'm bringing people from the FDA to test the meat to see if it's good for consumption or not, and then he's like, oh, that's a logical fallacy, that's appeal to authority. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think it might actually be called an appeal to a relevant authority. We can look it up.
So,
No,
if the relevant authority is the one I am citing, right? How are they now irrelevant?
I'd like to answer that question. So the problem is that there are also Holocaust survivors who support Israel. So simply.
I'm not talking about Holocaust survivors. I am talking about. One second, please. Don't get involved. Please. I am trying to make a point here. Please give me a second. Please, don't butt in. Please give me a second.
Find one
Oh my God, Ease.
Stop
for 2 seconds.
Find one thread that was going on in Gaza is not genocide.
As a 1 second, I get your point, but that's not the point I'm trying to make, right? I'm pointing out, I'm not talking about Holocaust survivors or anyone, right? I'm talking about the appropriate authorities when they're the ones who go ahead and made the definition of a genocide and have the markers to go ahead and show what a genocide is. There are reasons why we have made into law or made into the list what are known as genocide markers, right? These professionals go ahead and look at a situation, identify what those markers are, right? If they meet that criteria, and then call whatever is claimed to be a genocide or not. These people have claimed what Israel's doing is a genocide. Even Amos Goldberg, a famous Israeli historian and someone who has the authority to go ahead and say, what is a genocide, right? He even cited and said, yes, Israel is committing a genocide, right? So again, I tell you this, right? That's not a logical fallacy. That is going exactly in line with
genocide is?
I do know what genocide is.
Sure.
I'm sure.
I don't think you're sure.
Define the word genocide.
Would you like to look it up?
Right now.
Let's look it up.
No, let's not look it up. We all know what a genocide is. We don't need to
I think we should look it up.
No.
That's what genocide
is.
So he has to look it
Why
up.
would you say no?
Do you think genocide didn't occur before the convention?
Listen,
For
Mike,
thousands of years.
I don't know what
We
it
don't need.
is.
We
Excuse
know.
me.
We
No,
know.
genocide only happened because of the Jews.
We know what it is.
Michael,
No.
did you hear me?
We all know what
Can
it
you
is.
hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Talk.
Okay, well, did you hear?
Alright. He's gone. Good riddance. What a horrible little shit.
I don't want to hear what Sister Ezra was saying.
Yes, I am.
There has been a movement to out and cancel Holocaust deniers. Any person who denies the Holocaust, any person who says it wasn't 6 million, any person who says that Jews weren't targeted is automatically canceled by the Israeli government, by the ATL and Jewish organizations. And yet and still, as Holocaust survivors speak about what's happening in Gaza and how closely it resembles what happened in Warsaw and Auschwitz and other places, they're denied. The point I was trying to make is you yourself become a Holocaust denier when Holocaust survivors speak about their experiences, about what's happening in Gaza, and you disclaim or you discredit them out of fear that someone's going to hear them say that Gaza is a genocide. You can't have it both ways. Either we hear them, either we honor their experience and their message, or we don't. Period.
No, that's a good point.
How do Holocaust survivors say every day, scream, pull their hair, this is a repeat of what happened in Nazi Germany, and Jews not listen? That's a question you need to ask them. This Jew gets it, but most of them don't.
But Ezra, the Holocaust survivor, now they have to protect themselves from the Islamists who think that last day will not come until Muslims kill Jews. So it is the Muslim who have the genocidal intentions to the children. Have you not read the Quran and Hadith? Genocidal intentions.
If you want to talk about Quran and Hadith, right, actually cite it properly and don't just start making bullshit rhetoric, right?
It's a Hadith. Just read the Hamas Charter 1988. It quotes Quran and Hadith.
When did Quran become Hamas Charter?
No, all I'm saying is the Holocaust survivor has to protect Hamas Charter. They draw their inspiration from Quran and others, and they have all the intention to genocide Jews.
We just asked you to go ahead and cite us the source that you're claiming that the Muslims sold.
Go ahead and read the Hamas Charter. Have you read the Hamas Charter, brother?
Again, why are you now citing Hamas Charter when I'm asking you Quran and Hadith?
You know what? He obviously has not read the Quran himself.
I have read enough Hadith where Prophet have told you to go and kill Jews.
I would like to
the Muslim who have the genocidal intention and the killing of even Muslim. It's justified.
Something, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
With your own retarded bullshit that you're spewing out right now, right?
It's not retarded.
I want you to understand something. I want you to understand something. Do you know what Bani Israel is?
Bani Israel. Oh, go ahead. I know something about Prophet. You know Prophet. The Jews used to live in Medina. How Prophet genocided them. That's the.
So your bullshit Hindu talking points are not really valid here, right?
It's not bullshit. It is a Prophet
saying eating cow dung is how to cure cancer. Don't eat cow dung, just, you know. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and drink your cow piss and then go ahead and wash it all over your body. I don't want to drink that. What was your mother? Here's the thing. Somebody's got a right? That only knows how to pray to cancer. Right? But with that being said, we don't want your little spiteful little hatred of like the fact that some Muslim guy won't be so insecure. Right now you're so down so go ahead and destroy so much. You should go ahead and contradict what I'm going to go ahead and try and get this point across, or is there something going on there? See, in this case, clearly the Muslims killing a Muslim. Go ahead, keep on crying. The Islamic we get it. Your girlfriend was taken by a Muslim guy. Must be good because very much some they are following the Quran and Hadith and they are that's it. I know. It's already done. It is just go ahead and cry. Are you illiterate? Are you able to read? Are you able to write? He's just a hater. I'm not a hater. I'm the messenger of the truth, Sam. Look, you are insecure person. You are insecure about the pedophilia of your prophet. How your prophet was not a role model, but a scum. And then drink cow piss. He was a scum.
Question.
Role model. Prophet Muhammad was a scum. Ganga water. BMT, if you want to go ahead and solve the world's problem, go drink the Ganga water. I dare you to. Go drink it. Go ahead and drink it. Why going there? Why spend so much money and get paid? The Sam sister, how come man saying Sam sister is the cheapest? That's it. DMT has not seen anything. He just knows how to go down. Sam, can you tell me the Hakuna rate of your mom? How much Hakuna rate of your mom was? Send me, take my money, take my Islam was a bleed of fire. And Muslim fall of Muhammad was a guy. They deserve filth, they deserve rape, they deserve to be killed, the Muslim deserve to be killed. Without a man. Okay, yeah, so... Sam, can you tell me the Hakuna rate of your mom? Was it more or less or more than Aisha? Sam, BMT, Sam. Does your God also condone you to go ahead and fuck donkeys? Oh, there we go. Finally. I'm back up. In my trunk? Yeah, you love it. That was probably... I'm here. If you're going to be away, want someone else. Really? Line somebody else up, because that was... just blocked it. They go here. Can you hear me? Doing good. How you doing? Someone's recording the room right now. I don't have a choice. To be honest, I can't really be honest.
Yeah, I mean, there's another room that is playing.
I know, but I cannot remove the unknown account in the audience. Do you see the unknown?
Yeah, I see the anonymous. Yeah.
What are we saying that's wrong? Scary. Very scary. What is the whole purpose of this anonymous stuff anyway? It's just to go ahead and cite fear and what's that. Like, here's the thing. Their entire thing is if we're saying something wrong, we should be scared about being recorded. But what are we saying that's wrong? We're just talking about the news, we're talking about how Israel's full of shit, and then we're talking about how we think that the Israeli government is a disgusting piece of shit. That's it. What I'm saying is the concern I have, well, one, Amir, you definitely didn't give out some more mod badges, one. Because that, like I said, was painful and it continues to be painful. I thought Royal was here. When I left, Royal was here. Oh, no. Yeah, I leave it to the other day. Yeah, otherwise I don't leave. I got you. Okay, so that was one. No, this guy got up saying that the Quran says to exterminate all Jews. He didn't know what B'nai Israel, I don't know their Arabic
But at the end of the day, oh, okay, same word. Yeah, same words. At the end of the day, he was saying, I mean, he was just saying that certain things that were in the Hamas charter were actually sourced in the Quran, which is a.
I think he was just he was kind of laying out talking points from his Hindutva handbook.
Oh.
The same handbook that went ahead and said that.
Yeah, I bought that. These are right wingers from India. I actually hate them from the bottom of my heart. They shouldn't even be allowed on this app. Just because they hate Muslims, right, in India, they not only hate Muslims, they hate Christians, they hate any minority group out there, right?
They actually hate Jews, which is also funny. I don't get it.
Jews, so they've committed genocide, by the way. So Nathan came here, right? They've genocided the Jews at one point as well. And Nathan came up here, he's like, oh, they never genocided. And then I look up the data, and I give him data, he said, oh, okay, he learned something new from me in the East.
Yeah.
And there was a genocide that they killed, I think, 20,000 or 40,000 Jewish folks.
No, it's more towards, I think, 55,000, because the 20,000 figures who go ahead and talking about the people who resided post or before World War II. The 40,000 figure is the Jews that were displaced during and after World War II. And then the 55 to 60,000 was while the Jews were trying to go back to whatever country, or they were trying to get to Israel. They went ahead and mistook them for, I think, for something else. I don't know what it was. But they just massacred them wherever they saw them. And then when they found out they were Jews, they just went ahead and tried to bury the evidence.
Wow, that's sick.
Yeah,
and you know the swastika symbol, it comes from their scripture. Did you know?
Now that I didn't know until recently.
Yeah, it's a Hindu thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hitler, so they
guys, welcome. Did you guys welcome Amos back to the room?
Oh, hey, what's up, Amos? How you doing today? He's always here to freaking promote his disgusting room there where they believe in genocide of babies.
Rapper Amos.
Coexistence. I tell him to stick around in this room.
It's funny, the Yemenis people are watching what's happening in Israel, and they're all like having block parties. The Houthis.
Not just India, even China is running the, the education camp. They are also,
We can barely hear you. Are you Indian? Are you from India?
I think this is DMT again.
Do you support Modi?
I don't support Modi.
You sound like you support Modi. Do you hate Muslims?
I don't hate Muslims. They are lovely.
Let's be honest, man. Stop lying.
I am honest to God. They are lovely people. Why?
Honest to God, who's your God?
Chris, this is driving them crazy.
I am it. Nobody's my God.
Is it Shiva? Is it Shiva?
Krishna.
No Shiva. No Shiva. No Vishnu. No Jesus. No Allah.
Okay, so you're an atheist? So what do you think about the 300 churches getting attacked in India by the Sunnis, by these right-wingers?
That's sad. But I mean, what I was saying is, even in China, they are running the re-education camp for Muslims.
I know, but why would you, hold on, Black, why would you bring up China when this one is about Palestine and Israel? Okay, do you want to know a fun fact? Okay, let me maybe give you a fun fact. So what they did, see, there you go, there comes Islamophobia, there you go, see, you're a fucking Modi supporter, just be honest next time, you're a fucking Hindu. Yeah, you're an idol worshiper, just calm your tits down, man, calm your tits down. Calm your tits down, man. You're a fucking idol worshiper. Calm your tits down. Yeah, you've been to the rat temple? A whole bunch of rats running around in the fucking temple?
No, I don't go to
Yeah. Do you know that? Do you know according to your scriptures, a fucking bunch of gods are rapist gods? Did you know this? Disgusting, man. This is why I hate these people, man. Get lost. Get off. Disgusting. They're from India, and they're right-wingers. Like, I do love people from India, but people that do not support this fucking right-winger, Modi, whatever, this guy literally believes in killing and raping Muslim women or whatever. And that's the way they talk on this fucking app. I don't know where the fuck they came from.
I'm pretty sure that was a DMT because it sounded exactly like it.
Bro, they turn it into so they want to turn India just like the Zionists. They want to turn that into a Zionist state or whatever. Same thing with India. These people want to turn India into like this nation. This only nation or whatever.
Amir.
Yes, Chucky. Yes.
I just want to remind you, man, that you should feel honored to have Amos sitting on your stage right.
Amos, what's up, Amos? Amos, yesterday, Shuki came yesterday. I triggered the F out of him. He came up, he started attacking my religion. I kept on muting him, and I started calling him out. I'm like, I heard you had got a bunch of baby mamas. Are you a pedophile? Are you this? He got butthurt and triggered. He ran away. I kept on muting him. You know, almost I become a dictator when people like Shuki come into the room.
You know what's a little weird, and I really think we need to get a psychiatrist in this room, or at least a psychologist. Why do these people come into your room every single day, Amir? Like moths to a flame. They come to these rooms every day. It's almost like they've got some sick derangement syndrome, where they feel like their presence in your room allows them to stand for their values. I mean, it's a little psychopathic. If you ask me, if you don't like what's being said in the room, why come every day? What's your role? Why are you here?
So this is Amos' word. As it Amos said, in the Zionist room is mostly bullshit. In my room, it's some bullshit and some truth.
Okay, that's funny. Seriously? That's nuts. So he likes half and half. He doesn't like whole cream.
No, he doesn't like the whole.
That's hilarious, but sad. Look at all these people with red tickets on the bottom. Who are they really?
We don't know who are they. Yeah, like unknown guys recording, is streaming the room. That unknown guy, fuck you and fuck your mom. Is
goodness. Every one of us should say at once, we do not consent to being recorded.
Yeah, we do not consent to be recorded.
We don't consent to be recorded. Oh, that's whatever.
We do not consent to being recorded, and any person who attempts to do so will be sued and held to the letter of the law.
Does anyone have the link to the room he's broadcasting in?
Bro, literally that room has a title that says Amir the terrorist.
Yeah, you saw that Amir, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Wait, what?
He did this in like his third or fifth room, calling me a terrorist in the title. Amir the terrorist.
Oh my God. Who started that room?
The same guy.
Oh, it says
He's got 30 phones.
supporters.
He's got 30 phones, says it. 30 phones, 30 accounts.
Yeah, so
you can go block money opens up.
That one is range here. So he actually started messaging me, sending me weird things on Instagram maybe like 6 months ago. And he sent me like a clip of me speaking at my face. I blocked him. I'm like, you're a fucking creep. He's been doing that shit for a long time. He's really creepy.
I never recorded this girl.
What troubled individual he is.
Very much so troubled. Anyways, guys, speaking of trouble, shouldn't be saying this with a smile on my face. I feel kind of bad. But, the Israelis are feeling the heat. Yeah. There's apartment buildings.
Isn't this funny? It's like I actually want to click on her profile.
Sirens are going off, right?
Her name is Ace.
They had to cancel the biggest pride parade.
Oh no!
Cancel it. Caitlyn Jenner's dumbass was there.
Oh no!
Wait, hold on a second. A news flash just came through saying that the United States is assisting Israel by shooting down Iranian planes.
That's
happening.
Yes.
What the fuck?
Iranian missiles.
Yes.
What is that?
They have a defense system in Jordan. They have a defense system all around there. They've set up a defense system to shoot down anything that comes from Iran. They did that before as well. Like,
it's not just the United States. I think the French are involved. There's British tankers involved. So they're kind of licking each other's ass and balls over the airspace in Syria, Iraq, Jordan, Saudi, to kind of help their
somebody makes sense to me. Somebody makes some sort of sense of this to me. How is I mean, most of the politicians in the U.S., Germany, UK saying we support Israel in defending itself.
Yeah, but this is the Western supremacy.
I know, General. I know what it is, but it's so it's
tiring.
It's psychopathic.
Yeah, it's psychopathic. Of course it is. But see, their arrogance is always from a position that, regardless of what we do, we are always the victims. We never do anything wrong.
Tel Aviv got hit.
Tel Aviv's been getting hit. They've been getting hit one after the other. So I was on X, if you guys jump on, depending upon who you follow. The amount of missiles on there tweeting, guys, please don't show any video, show anything that shows where the attacks are, because the Israeli government saying that don't release any footage, don't release anything, because we don't want to give up any type of information to Iran as to any tactical information. No, bitch. No. Iran's gonna know what that and where. They don't need images from the dear Israelis on the ground. You gotta try to control the fucking narrative. That our Iron Dome, everything is so safe here. We are the almighty powerful. You're not. I just am listening to news stations. I'm listening to information coming out of everywhere. It's not looking good for Israel.
Yeah, but a lot of information they can control because of the Israeli military census. So not even media organizations can report, for example, if one of their vital military bases was hit, like Nevatim, or something. So they won't even report it. It's actually against the law for media organizations to report it.
I know, I'm talking about individuals, people on the ground, information from stuff that they can't really censor, right? Stuff that's being cooperated.
They can't actually, because, when, for example, if they've implemented the censor, and then citizens in Israel, or people on the ground in Israel, start recording stuff, posting it, they can face hefty jail terms.
Yeah, but what's happening is, it's already happening. There's already enough videos, enough information. Because even if somebody posts it and then deletes it, other accounts have reposted it. It's too late. I mean, at this point, when you're inside of a country that you are now in fear of your life, you don't give a shit about what the government might do to you in terms of silencing you, because you're like, I might fucking die. I need to get this out there. I need people to see that we are in danger, because this whole narrative of we're good, we're safe. If you're a citizen of any country, you're gonna start saying, oh my god, what the fuck? You can't control people in that moment, because people, it's fear. It's TikTok, Snapchat. If you go onto Snapchat and you put in the location, Tel Aviv.
Oh, man.
Fuck.
Jeez. Iran is not holding back a hypersonic missile, too.
That's what got through. Hypersonic missiles. Nothing can stop that shit.
Do you know how expensive those are?
Not for Iran. How much money Iran spends versus how much money the U.S. spends is very different.
But the hypersonic can actually get past the defense system.
It did. That's why it's successful. That's why I don't get this whole nuclear war bullshit.
So they attacked, so this is what I was saying. I was making an argument earlier. Nuclear is nothing.
Exactly.
For nuclear, you need a bunch of permissions and this and that and blah, 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 whatever, right? And it's control. But a hypersonic can do a lot of damage. Each one of them can. So did any of them attack?
Yes. There's a bunch
How many?
Landed. So they're saying so far they have reports of 2 landing out of the 7. So it's not confirmed, but there's also reports coming out that Tel Aviv apartment buildings, because of the fallout from this attack, I mean, these are powerful, There's buildings, the windows have been blown out. Israel is confirming loss of life. They're saying that key Israeli areas that would hold, defense mechanisms have been attacked. I can't remember exactly the name. There's, of course, they have them all over, but it's happening. It's hypersonic. It's hypersonic that's getting through. Now, there's 100. I think last night it was those drones that got shot down. Well, those drones were not really meant to do any damage. They were just getting an overview.
For them to lose money on attacking them because.
Wait. This is even bigger. The F-35 jets are being shot down as well.
I think I heard something, but we need confirmation of that.
Yeah, so there's one that's been shot.
Apparently it is confirmed.
It's confirmed. So
yeah, but have we seen the pictures of it in Iran?
Yeah, so
no,
one was shot down. So Iran shot down one Israeli, but it's not an F-35. The pilot did eject. So they're looking for the pilot, where he ejected off to, because he probably threw a parachute off and went off. But it's not an F-35 jet. It was a different jet that was circulating.
There's too much conflicting information, though, I see. Like, earlier on, we had the conversation.
We're not going to know.
Yeah, exactly. So I think we should allow it to play out.
Yeah.
So, mainstream media, Sky News says that Iran is claiming they shot down 2 fighter jets.
I will say though.
How about the link in the chat for you guys from Sky News? Sky News is the mainstream media, by the way.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I'm highly worried for both Israeli and Iranian citizens. Like, the people have nothing to do with this conflict at all. Like,
exactly. Yeah. On both sides.
I genuinely hope that, like, just the regular civilians are okay.
Yeah, but I think cooler minds need to prevail. They should have prevailed, actually, prior to Israel doing what it did. But clearly, someone wants distraction or more war in the region.
Yeah.
Because this precedent, I think, this new kind of phase that we're going into globally, that we don't need to justify anything. We can simply start attacking sovereign countries, and we saw that between India and Pakistan, just unilaterally started attacking targets. Like, this can get out of hand very quickly, especially when nuclear weapons are involved. And the same thing with Israel. What preemptive strikes are you conducting on a power that is not being believed to be creating nuclear weapons? It's complete nonsense.
Yeah.
But it's a precedent that's being set. So, for example, if a country believes some other country is doing something, it can literally start attacking them for no reason.
Dude, Khomeini is tripling down. He's like, there will be no mercy, there will be a bitter, this will become bitter for the Zionists, all that stuff. And then the Iran military, Twitter is like saying we've arrived. I'm just shocked. This is nothing like the last attack.
Yeah, but see, this is when we have a donkey in power in the US. Like, when you have a global power, like the United States, that can essentially kind of calm the situation down, it seems to be making things worse. There's no de-escalation on America's part. When you are a responsible power on the world stage, you should be bringing people together to de-escalate. America is supplying one side with arms completely, and it's saying, go and do what you need to do.
Yeah,
that's not how responsible powers act.
Yeah, it's truly not. Only a couple of months in, and this is the Trump presidency, but again, it was bound to happen at some point. I mean, to be honest, I don't think the Kamala presidency would have been any better.
No, on this issue, I don't think it would have been any different either.
Yeah.
So,
I can't completely
you know
blame
what?
Trump
As
on
sad
this.
to say this as a black woman, I think it might have even been worse. Because because a lot of key information would have been hidden. They were very good. Like, she was very good at dancing around the issue of Palestine and Israel. Very good at it, almost too good, and that's what kind of gave
you guys just make me, you're a tyrant, and everything will be okay. I'm their president.
You'd get overthrown by me.
I'm their president.
No, you'll get overthrown within 5 hours.
I'm their president.
As soon as you're taking that oath, my military would move in and arrest you.
Oh, no.
Oh, damn, that sounds almost sexual.
Oh, no, nothing weird.
Yeah,
The military would move in, arrest you, and hang you.
Mr. Gray over here. It's a tick for tack kind of.
I get it.
So, Iran is showing their power, huh?
What I'm interested in is that this is not going to be secluded to the United States, Iran, and Israel, right?
I think we're gonna.
I feel like another country's going to jump in on this, and I don't know what's going to happen after that.
I think it's gonna be Russia, honestly.
You know what?
I don't think it's going to be Russia.
Or China.
The reason?
No.
No, it can't be Russia or China because Russia is, I'll be honest, it's ever since the Assad regime kind of crumbled, Russia lost its dominance in the Middle East, and China could give less of a shit in the Middle East. Like I was mentioning just a bit ago, China had deals with Israel that it wanted to also seek from Pakistan, so I don't know if they completed those deals. If they did, it will be a huge shift in China not giving a shit.
What deal is that, sorry?
China might. It was something to do with like some weapons or material. It was U.S. weapons and I think a couple of like materials that they wanted specifically from Israel. I don't know exactly what it was off the top of my head, but I know that they were key in something. That's why China gave all of its like surveillance technology to Israel. It was a huge thing, I think, back in the early 2000s. That was noted down. And they kept that partnership going until they went to Pakistan for the same deal, but it was a lot cheaper for China to go to Pakistan than it is for Israel. So I don't know what's going on with that. So I don't think Russia or China.
Are you saying that the Chinese sold Israel surveillance equipment or the other way around?
Yeah. China sold surveillance equipment to Israel. So the surveillance material they had on Uyghur Muslims, right? Israel wanted that for the Palestinians and stuff, especially on border crossing, checkpoints, all that stuff, whatever, right?
But Israel has a lot of that indigenously produced.
Yeah, but a lot of the support at first to get to that technology, they need China. And this is why I said it was the early 2000s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's why I was saying I don't know what's going on right now. I didn't look into stories for the last 3-4 years, to be honest. So that's 3-4 years out of date. But it can't be Russia or China that jumps into the mix. I think Iran will just shut down all of its airspaces and not want to play with either of them because they.
Yeah, but what can Iraq do, Sam?
Yeah, no, they won't do anything. That's the thing. Well, I'm just trying to figure out what country would be the one that jumps in because from where I'm standing, a unknown country jumping in is far more dangerous than a country that you know could jump in.
I mean, with regards to the airspace closures, like Syria, Syria announced we've closed our airspace, but they can't enforce that closure because they've got nothing to enforce it with. Iraq is almost the same. With regards to a third country jumping in, the only thing I can see jumping in is the United States.
Yeah, no, but that's the thing, right? I don't think it's just.
Why do they have to jump in if they're already there? I mean, if the United States.
Officially. So what I mean is officially jumping in.
Oh.
Yeah.
So now it's all unofficial. It's all behind closed doors.
Yeah, America's looking for the excuse, I think.
Yeah, they want an excuse.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys follow. Sorry. I don't know if you guys follow Minus Touch. They said Axios is saying that America's gonna intervene.
Yeah, and I think another country's going to jump in on that because America is going to intervene. It won't be Lebanon.
Could it be? What did you say? Sorry, Lebanon?
No, it won't be Lebanon.
forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 7.
Hey Ken, it's your friend John. I hope you're doing well. It was good to talk to you yesterday or 2 days ago. I'm glad you were with your family. I don't know if you saw the news, but Mike Madigan got sentenced to 7.5 years in prison, and they outed his net worth. He's worth $40 million. I don't know if you saw that as well, but just thought I would share some news with a former classmate of yours. And I hope you're having a great Friday afternoon with your family. I hope you're well. Bye.
The only person I think could, with everything
I mean, never wanted a country to go down as much as Israel. No offense, but that's true.
Whether we're talking about countries or not, the fact of the matter is they're still attacking cities. No, they're attacking. Both of them are attacking cities. I'm not gonna support Israel on this one. I'm not gonna support Iran on this. There's.
How is that anti-Semitic, Fatima?
I thought we waited. I thought we all came to a conclusion that.
No, that's a little silly. I think it's very uneducated. Like, for example, if you were to criticize Saudi Arabia, does that make you Islamophobic?
You just gotta ignore her, General. Just ignore her.
No, but you've got. I mean, sometimes people need to be intelligent, and if you've got nothing intelligent to say, I think you should keep your mouth shut.
I think you should keep your mouth shut if you talk.
No, you should keep your mouth shut.
You call everybody dumb, you know that's.
You are dumb.
Not being.
You're not qualified to have a conversation. Shut the fuck up.
You're very aggressive, Sam. You need to calm down.
I like that he's aggressive. He's a Mr. Green.
You need to get your emotions under
control. Look at this
I couldn't give a shit, honestly.
Terrible.
There's no way you can go with that voice.
So, Sam, you said that both sides are wrong. I mean, who started it?
No, I understand that Israel started and stuff. I'm not saying no to that, right? Well, what I'm saying is, because they're attacking the cities and stuff like that, I'm feeling bad for genuinely innocent people, right? Like, again, think about it, right?
My question to you is when hold on a second, Sam, they have to serve an idea. Can an idea be compared?
No, 100%, but I'm not talking about the idea for whatever. I'm just excluding anyone who could be a combatant. I'm excluding anyone who could is serving in the military, whatever, right?
This is a proper war.
People.
Wait, hold.
Yeah,
Hold
on.
Who are the innocent people that you're referring to?
Like little kids, women, men who couldn't even give a shit to be in the war to begin with, right? Those people, those specific people, I'm really worried about on either side because again, they didn't ask for this. That's not their fight, and again, it doesn't matter who the kid is anywhere across the world. You see a dead kid, you see dead people.
But if the kid is serving in the IDF, what do we do about that kid? 18.
I'm not talking about 18-year-old kid.
Okay, how old a kid? According to you, what age?
For me, like 14, 13, 12 is lower, right?
Okay, what is the collateral damage?
Sam, are you Jewish or Israeli?
No.
You're not. Can I just ask this question? Is this a new development for you, or have you felt this way the entire time IDF soldiers shooting down babies in Gaza?
No, I felt this way the entire time.
I'm just asking, because you know what I'm noticing? A lot of my Israeli and even Jewish friends are now suddenly developing a conscience and empathy and consideration because they feel like civilians in Israel are under attack and you just can't have civilians paying the price for war. And I just wondered whether or not you were one of those individuals who suddenly sees children as children because the shoe is somehow now on another foot. That's
no. I've been pretty consistent.
I got you. I just, like I said, I was just wondering.
Yeah, no, that's fair to wonder. But like, I even said before, before I knew anything about Israel or anything like that, I was like a pretty hardcore Zionist, like 5-6 years back. Or actually more than that now. But anyways, no, it's just any country that we're talking about. Those are the people I'm always going to worry about.
Sam,
I don't like wars.
Sam, in this room, according to Amir, we only talk about the Palestine-Israel conflict, okay? We don't bring in other problems. Just...
You guys do know this room is being recorded.
Fatima, I think Amir has a very good hold on his own voice, which basically means that he came to dictate what happens in this room as a mod, but I'm not sure that you can. So would you, just in a space like that...
You can't even talk like a woman.
I'm sorry?
She can't even talk like a woman.
However she speaks, I'm not going to deny her sexuality or her identity as a woman, but at the end of the day, I'm going to allow people to speak for themselves. I think that's important. I would never want Amir to speak for you. Can you please be more careful about speaking for him?
Also, this room is being recorded and streamed.
I actually like that play. That's from Shakespeare, right?
Yes. It's being streamed to a house called Amir Terrorist Supporters, and it's called Documenting Hate Speech. Is it
yes, yeah, we know. The anonymous person right there is down in the goo is recording us. But
that's me.
Can't throw them out.
I love that.
Did someone create me a fucking AI version of Tel Aviv burning? Oh wait, shit, I don't need one.
You know what, Sam, I would, because I'm a humanitarian also, person, but I don't know, man. I saw too many videos of them just mocking the Palestinians in the Gaza Strip, and even at the point of them having, dying of famine, and they're literally having a barbecue right next to the border so they can smell the food. So I don't know if I have that much empathy for that culture. I'm gonna be honest.
Sam, what do we do about the kids inside Israel making videos of mocking the Palestinians? What do we do about them?
One sec, kids are kids, right? I'll be very blunt about this. Kids are kids. I'm not gonna hold a kid accountable to anything until they reach an appropriate age where we can start judging them for their actions, right? But when we're talking about
no, I hear you, kid's a kid, but then why are these adults, teaching them to hate the earth?
Like, how many kids have died in Israel so far? Then how many kids have? Only one confirmed death, right? Okay.
No, I know, but I was just saying, I'm just scared of even like, okay, I'll think I make my point a little bit better here. Whatever country it is, right? Whatever their political biases are, whatever. I don't care if they're Zionists, whatever, all that stuff, right? When it comes to innocent people that have no stakes in the matter, right? Innocent people all around. I'm always going to be the party that's concerned, right? Always, 100%. I just don't like, or I don't like seeing it. I always speak against it, right? If it's Israel and Palestine today, and then there's another massacre tomorrow, let's speak against it. If I was back in Nazi Germany, I'd be speaking on the side of the Jews, right? That is always going to be my position, right? So that's why I feel I feel hurt in a way seeing other people getting hurt, right?
We hear you, bro. I'm with you. But the issue here is, do you believe in tit for tat? I mean, so what gives them these fucking rights to kill 17,000, 18,000 babies? And, Iran is just targeting the IDF forces. Now, if somebody does die, that's just collateral damage. It's war.
Yeah, no,
right? But IDF literally snipes kids. IDF and their whole fucking culture is disgusting. 82% of them want to kick them out, according to the survey that we're...
Again, I'm not for the IDF. I'm against them completely, right? And again, if Iran is just so...
Oh, these disgusting pigs, they kill babies and then they go back to their home and play with their own kids. This is the disgusting culture that they have inside Israel.
I understand that, and I am also telling you right now, if the Iranians are just targeting the military, alright, then I'm fine with that, right? That's their choice, this is their war, right? This is how war is supposed to be.
That's what they're targeting.
Yeah, so I'm fine with that. But I'm just saying, if there are people
that are hurt, yeah, my heart's gonna hurt a little for those people who had no stakes on any of this, and they got hurt in it, right? Whether they're Israeli or Iranian. So yeah, that's all I'm trying to say.
But if they support the state called Israel, and somebody like a supporter of Israel, what do you make of?
Look, I used to support Israel back in the day, right? Especially when I was a kid, I didn't know anything better, right? I grew up, I was against them. I'm still not in the military, whatever, right? So, again, me just being a normal person, right, versus military fighting are two different things. Those are two different targets. One has intention to cause harm, undue harm, while the other is just fighting a war, right? Again, that's why I don't defend the IDF.
Yeah, but they're not going after kids and women, they're going after IDF.
I understand, and that's why I'm not like, what do you say? I'm not going ahead and like condemning the Iranians completely. I'm just saying.
Alright, Sam, hold on for me just 1 second. I went into the other room. I documented it. Anybody else who's interested, go into the room and report it.
So here's the other thing. There's like 5 of them. That's the crazy part.
I don't know.
Why are we so famous?
He has 5 accounts. Cause this guy.
No, he's got 30 phones, Otema. He's got 30 phones.
And he's streaming it to like 5 or 6 different rooms. It's so crazy.
That's the definition of
Are you able to boot individuals that you don't recognize from the room?
No.
And the anonymous account, you can't as an anonymous account.
But what if you block the person? So, for example,
I did block 5 accounts right now, and it's just sending me a whole bunch of accounts. I blocked them. But
yeah, but don't you have to like restart the room and then he can't come in or something?
Yeah, but do we really want to restart?
Yes.
Why not?
But we don't